Hello everybody, welcome to a new video series here. Today we're going to be doing top 10 releases of June 2022. I know this is kind of late because it is currently not the 1st of June, but it is 7th as of recording this at least. So, I know, a few days late. So a few of these games have been officially released, but most of these have not, so still hit the mark on most of them, I guess. So yeah, we're just going to be going over 10 game releases in June, as well as 2 honorable mentions for releases in June 2022. This is a new, series, I guess I want to start doing. Obviously, it's a once per month thing, and yeah, just thought it'd be a cool idea to give you guys a, top 10 list of releases every month. Get a little new series going, kind of a review, but not really. Wanted to get back in the reviewing and kind of showcasing new games coming out. So yeah, started this. This is just a disclaimer before. Um, this is mostly for PC. That's where I play the vast majority of my games. I'll try to mention if I know for sure if this is available on other platforms. But mostly this is for PC games, whether that be almost entirely on Steam, but if it's something that's on Epic or Blizzard exclusively, that is, and not on Steam, I can still do that, and I'll mention if they're on there as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you don't see your favorite game in your PlayStation or a Switch player mainly, that's probably why. So yeah, let's get started here. These are also in no particular order as far as what I think is best to worst. These are just the 10 plus honorable mentions that I thought would be noteworthy and cool enough to put on this list, and hopefully they're good. We'll see. So first we're going to kick it off here with the Elder Scrolls Online High Isles new expansion pack. I guess I can just let this play in the background. Hopefully I don't get copyright striked for this or whatever. I don't know how those laws work, but we'll see when the video check goes through. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online High Isles, new expansion and a brand new part of the Elder Scrolls franchise that hasn't been, displayed before in any of it. So yeah, new expansion, new zone to go through for Elder Scrolls Online fans. Something I've actually been considering jumping into myself here because one of my buddies started playing it from a recent, I guess, hiatus from World of Warcraft recently. I'm not saying we won't go back, but recently stopped playing, looking for something new. Might be old school RuneScape, as you can see down here, but it might be Elder Scrolls Online as well. So, looking forward to this, and Elder Scrolls Online as a whole, for me, looks pretty cool. Looks like a nice, very well done, cool new zone to explore that I haven't really seen in Elder Scrolls Online or really any Elder Scrolls zone. Price coming in about $40 as of now. Released June 6th, so it released yesterday as of recording this video. Coming in at $40 all the way up to $80 for the collector's edition. So yeah, that's what you get with all the different editions there. Just want to pause the video there, as well as get exclusive rewards, some more collector's edition stuff right there. Those are the system requirements to play. Recommended and minimum for Windows, and then for Mac OS. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Seems like a pretty cool expansion to check out. Next, for number 2, just pull it up here, is the Cycle Frontier. Again, not in any particular order, best to worst, just 10 games I thought were cool. So yeah, this is released in June 8th, 2022, so tomorrow as of recording this. And as you can see here with the little video playing in the description, you can see as of, what's in the frame here. Cycle Frontier is, it's going to be free to play, so that's a price point. Coming out tomorrow. It's a multiplayer first-person shooter with like PvE, PvP type of, aspects. And if you actually read the description as well as watch the video, read the description down here briefly, you'll kind of get the sense that the game is almost like as best the best way I can describe it as of relating it to a similar game, maybe not graphics or gameplay wise, but like concept wise, is something like the Hunt Showdown or Escape from Tarkov, where you kind of drop in as your character here, with your weapons and everything, and you go into this dangerous world and stuff, and you scavenge around for loots and valuables and money and everything. But the entire time, there's other people doing the exact same thing that are also armed and dangerous, trying to survive, get loot, and get out, but also trying to kill you and take your loot if they come across your path. And not just other people, but there's a lot of PvE monsters to deal with, as I'm sure you've seen through the footage here. So yeah, definitely a cool little concept there. Definitely interested in checking it out, especially since it's going to be free to play. Definitely a interesting concept coming here. This is the system requirements for minimum and recommended, and that is the Cycle Frontier. That was number 2 on the list. Number 3, we're going to have Postal Brain Damaged. If you know about this series, I don't really need much explaining going on for what this type of game is. It's kind of like a funny comedy game, as you can see from the tags there. It's a first-person shooter, kind of open-world sandbox game, if that makes sense. Newest addition to the Postal series, coming out June 9th, 2022. It's, yeah, right there, unlocks in approximately 1 day, 19 hours. As of now, doesn't have a price point. It just says add to your wish list, so if you want to go ahead and do that. There's also a demo available to download if you want to get a bit of that. But yeah, what Postal is basically like a funny troll sandbox shooter, kind of with a 90s FPS, like, vibe to it and feel to it. You just go around this map with a bunch of wacky themes and settings with, over-the-top guns and enemies and gore and everything, and kind of just fuck around doing random stuff, shooting random stuff, killing stuff. Yeah, it's a very unique type of game, the Postal Brain Damage and the series as a whole, but definitely one, worth checking out if you just want something to mess around and kind of have fun with. And that has like over-the-top action and gore, and has like a 90s theme. So yeah, those are the minimum requirements for Postal Brain Damage. Not very intensive. So yeah. Also, yeah, I haven't mentioned this, but I'm sure you've seen it as I'm going down. These are all the things it has: achievements, controller support, single player, and full English, interface, full audio, everything. So yeah, it's coming to number 3. Coming to number 4 here. Oh, skeleton. Coming to number 4 here, Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew coming out June 16th, 2022. From Cindercone and Modern Wolf. Basically, what this game is, it's a co-op multiplayer action game. I can switch over to a more gameplay-oriented trailer. It's basically a side-scrolling action game. As you can see from the similar games you played, Castle Crashers is a good comparison to this kind of. It's a side-scrolling, action, hack and slash, kind of cartoony multiplayer game. You pick your different, characters and everything, get weapons and stuff, kind of hack and slash your way through these different levels and weapons that are all varied. It's kind of a Castle Crasher-esque game. Looks pretty cool, looks like a good setting, story, as much as this can. And definitely something interesting to keep on your wish list there, on your watch list. It's got single player, online co-op, shared split screen co-op, which is cool to see nowadays. Steam achievements, and controller support. And it's got English interface. As far as price points, they don't officially have a price point announced on their page. Just the release date. This is the minimum and recommended specs for Windows and Mac OS. So yeah, Skeleton Crew, June 16th, 2022. Kind of a Castle Crasher-esque game. Check it out. Next game, we got Rita, I can't remember how to pronounce that properly. So yeah, kind of this a futuristic sci-fi racing game. You pick these little like Starship-esque craft here, and kind of race through these really colorful, cool, futuristic sci-fi courses here at high speeds. A few little starships, I guess, or whatever the fuck they are. Game releases on June 16, 2022. That's a description up there with little stuff playing in the background there. So yeah, it's a sci-fi racing game with, you know, kind of cool futuristic sci-fi starships and map design. Got a good soundtrack, got a single player campaign and a multiplayer competitive scene. If you're in the racing games, it's definitely something to check out. If you're in the sci-fi and all this, definitely something to check out as well. It's got single player and online PvP, full English everything, as well as a variety of other different languages. No price point as of yet, but I'm sure that'll come as the release date approaches, or on release date. There's some features of the game. These are system requirements, minimum recommended for Windows. And yeah, that is Readout 2. Number 5 on our list. Number 6, we got something for some strategy and RTS fans, just like myself here. Starship Troopers Taren Command. So yeah, kind of a strategy RTS sci-fi game. Basically what this is, you know, you control your little mobile futuristic sci-fi infantry and units, kind of create a base and everything. You're playing as an RTS, not a turn-based strategy game. Set up a base, set up some troops, a whole system there. Set in this like futuristic sci-fi warfare zone against these like little creepy monsters you see crawling around there. If you're a fan of strategy RTS like myself, as well as like sci-fi settings and stuff like this, definitely something to keep on your watch list. Comes out June 16th, 2022. Price point of about $30. You can pre-purchase on Steam as of now. It's got full English everything, as well as a variety of other languages. Only available in single player mode, as of now at least. There's some features of the game if you want to pause, read all of that. And these are the minimum system requirements for Windows for Starship Troopers Terran Commander. So yeah, futuristic sci-fi, post-apocalypse like Alien War here, RTS strategy game. If you're into that, definitely keep this on your watch list for June. So next on our list here, at number 7, we have Summoner's Fate. Not the most serious game compared to what we've been doing here, but Summoner's Fate. It's an early access game right now. You can also download a demo for it if you want to try it out right now before you eventually purchase it on its release date. So yeah, what it is, it's a turn-based, you know, roguelike RPG game, top-down view as you can see here, obviously. So basically, if the best way to describe this as far as similar games, if you've ever played something like Pit People, almost, from same guys who make Castle Crashers, it's somewhat that same style of game almost. You've got this turn-based, grid-based combat system. You move around the map, and that's how you interact and fight the enemies. Also an RPG element to it. Obviously a little more cartoony and less serious here, but still a cool little game if you're into these like kind of smaller indie turn-based games, almost like a Pit People from the Castle Crusher creators. So yeah, it's coming out June 20th, 2022. There's a demo available to play right now if you want to hop in and play it. It's a Steam Cloud game and a single player only at this moment. So yeah, as far as Summoner's Fate, there's a little more about the game if you want to read up on that. This is the minimum and recommended system requirements to run the game on Windows and then Mac OS. So yeah, cool little roguelike RPG tabletop like top-down view game there. Definitely looking forward to it. Next game, we got kind of a throwback here. Not really though, since it's somewhat new. Sonic Origins, coming out June 23rd, 2022. And yeah, what does they say about this game? It's kind of a classic retro Sonic game. For those of you who don't know what Sonic games are, they're basically 2D like side-scrolling platformers. As you can see there, you kind of control Sonic, roll around the map, trying to survive and do these kind of like, I don't know, side-scrolling platformer missions. Collect your gold rings, try to survive. It's got a retro feel to it, so it's not portraying a very new art style or anything. So if you're a fan of like the old school Sonic games, this is definitely something to keep in mind and keep on your watch list here. So yeah, old school Sonic game, kind of being released June 23rd. Price of $40, and Origins Digital Deluxe is about $45. Some features of this game: single player, Steam achievements, controller support, Steam leaderboards, and cloud, and has English interface as well as a variety of other language interfaces. There's some more about this game if you don't know about Sonic. It's, classic kind of retro Sonic side-scrolling platform game. These are the minimum recommended system requirements for Windows on Steam. Yeah, that's Sonic Origins, released June 23rd, 2022. Next, for number 9, we got Capcom Fighting Collection. It's coming out June 2022. No official date for release, but planned for June 2022. And what this is it's not technically really a single game. It's Capcom's like bundle almost, as you might have gotten from the Fighting Collection. It's 10 of Capcom's most popular arcade games in one bumper collection. So a lot of old school, Capcom fighting games, all put in the one bundle here for a price of about $40. You can pre-purchase it right now if you want. So it's kind of a side-scrolling 2D fighter games from Capcom. If you're into that type of like genre and vibe, something like a Street Fighter almost, old school stuff like that as well. Definitely something worth looking into to pick up as a fighting game. So yeah, coming June 2022. Single player online PvP, split screen PvP, which is cool again nowadays. Steam achievements, trading cards, partial controller support, remote play together. It's got English as well as a variety of other different languages interfaces as of now. Costing $40 to pre-purchase. Some special offer here. This is some music tracks, illustrations, and as far as what the 10 games are that are included in this bundle, including game titles, Japanese and English versions, right here. Those are the games you get, which are Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior, the Lord of Vampire, Vampire Hunter 2, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Saviors 2, The Lord of Vampire, Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Gem Fighter Mix, Cyberbots Full Metal Madness, and Red Earth. And then there's Japanese version only for Vampire Hunters 2, and Vampire Hunters Savior 2 right there. These are the minimum requirements for Windows on Steam. And that is Capcom's Fighting Collection, released June 2022 for $40. 10 in our last on the official list here is Escape Academy. Now you might be able to kind of guess what this game is about just by the name and now the thing here. Escape Academy is it's kind of an escape room puzzle game. Not very super deep or complex or anything, but it's a cool little puzzle escape room game that if you're into puzzle games and escape rooms, either in games or real life, definitely something you should look into it. You can play it single player or multiplayer too, so you can play with some buddies if you want. This game releases on June 28th, 2022. No official price point set as of yet. You can put it on your wish list though. For features of the game, it has single player, online co-op, split screen co-op, Steam achievements, partial controller support, Steam Cloud, and remote play together. It's got full English everything, as well as, mostly complete French, German, and Spanish interfaces and subtitles. These are some reviews, I guess, of people who have early access to this game, that get sent copies, unlike me, so I can't do this, but, yeah, some thoughts from, big time reviewers. There's some more features and about the games if you want to pause at any particular point of this. And these are the minimum system requirements for Steam, Windows. Not much you really need there, which is nice. So yeah, that's Escape Academy, escape room puzzle game. Play with multiplayer by yourself. Cool little escape room game. Now let's get on to our two honorable mentions here, with one being a DLC and one being an actual game. First up, we got the actual game here, which is MX versus ATV Legends. Cool little game here for the racing fans. I know we've had another game like Rita 2, so and I guess kind of Sonic, but not really. Rita 2 and this now. So racing games looking pretty good for June 2022. With MX versus ATV Legends clocking in as an honorable mention spot here. And what this game is I guess you can kind of tell from the name and the trailer playing in the background here. This is an ATV and dirt bike a racing game. Obviously it's 3D. It's kind of got that arcade feel. You can see the tags down here. It's Racing Sports Arcade 3D first person. So yeah, you go on these different tracks, either controlled environments or in the world. In stadiums or out in the wild. These dirt tracks for ATVs and dirt bikes. Obviously competing against each other, either online or single player. This game comes out June 28th, 2022. No as of now, no price point set for the game. Features got single player, online PvP, Steam achievements, full controller support, and Steam leaderboards. And it's got full everything for a large variety of language, including English, of course. There's more about this game, as well as the minimum and recommended system requirements for MX versus ATV Legends on Windows. So yeah, cool little dirt bike ATV racing game. Everyone loves their racing games, especially when it's cool and dangerous like this. And the last honorable mention here is a DLC for a currently existing game, which is going to be Cuphead, delicious last course here. Obviously some DLC for an already existing game. This release date for the DLC, June 30th, 2022. As of now, there's no price point, but you can add it to your wish list. As far as price point for Cuphead, I believe that's $20. Yes, that's $20 for the base game, and the DLC now has no shared, no set price point as of yet. Some features: single player, co-op, split screen, downloadable content, obviously, Steam achievements, full controller support, trading cards, and Steam Cloud, as well as English interface and a variety of different other languages interface. There's a little about this content. That is the minimum system requirements for Windows and Mac OS, and kind of what this Cuphead is about, as well as the delicious last course is about. So Cuphead as an overall game is kind of like a 2D classic, like retro. You get old school vibes here. So it's a 2D like indie kind of platforming boss fighting game, if that makes sense. Basically, you and maybe up to one other person, but you can play in single player as well. Fight these bosses and different missions and platforms but mainly these boss fights against very challenging bosses. Cuphead is known for being a very difficult game, even on the easiest mode, playable with 2 people, and I assume this will be no different with a new DLC here. So basically go on these different levels and go up against these different bosses as Cuphead or Mug Boy, and whatever this person is that's coming to the new game here, Miss Chalice, yeah. And basically what you do there is, yeah, your 2D side-scrolling platformer as well as boss fighting game. These different bosses, these are some of the new ones that are added into the game here. Don't really get to see their abilities, of course, but here's some of the new bosses and levels on display here. Cuphead, great game on a base level, and I'm sure the new DLC on June 30th will be a great addition to the game. Of course, being very challenging as well, I'm sure. So yeah, if you're a fan of Cuphead or a fan of 2D slide-scrolling platforming boss fighting games like this that are old school in style and sound, definitely pick up Cuphead and pick up Cuphead the last course, because both I'm sure are going to be great, and Cuphead is a great game on its own. So yeah, that completes the top 10 and honorable mentions for game releases of June 2022, mainly for PC. If you guys have any other recommendations on videos, or have any game releases I missed either for different platforms or PC that I should have put on here, put them down in the comments below. If you like the content, want to help the channel out and grow, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when I upload videos, and like the video. See you guys in the next video.